do some more prompt poems. We're going to pick up where we left off. We had 3 prompts that didn't make it into poems last night. If this is your first time here, I take prompts from chat, spend about 10 to 15 minutes writing a short poem about them, do a read back, see where we landed, and we move on to the next one. Other than that, we're chatting, hanging out, sharing our day. It's a good time. I hope that you'll enjoy it. The prompt I'll be working on to start this stream off actually is super fan. It was one that came in from the community post I posted yesterday. That's where we're gonna get started. And we'll start this one, we'll call it 1 minute straight up. My spiel usually goes a little longer than that. I feel like I'm forgetting something because of that now. I know I'm forgetting my hat. That's gonna drive me nuts. We'll see how long I make it into stream without a hat on. But we'll see who talks about it first. There, that's a little better. Hey, Speedy boy. I'm glad you appreciate it. Hey, Pizza Dave. I hope you guys are having a good night. I was doing my spiel to start the stream and I felt like I was forgetting something. I usually end at about a minute and I ended about 45 seconds. So I don't know what I missed. I'm sure it'll come to me a little later on. But and it might get a little bumpy in here tonight. It's very windy and my camper is very small, so even right now I'm not touching the table, but there might be a little bit of motion in the stream, so I apologize ahead of time for that. Was your day a little bit less busy this time, Pizza Dave? Hopefully it wasn't 2 days of being slammed in a row. Hopefully the staying up late, making dough paid you some dividends today. I hope anyway. Super slow. There we go. A nice break after yesterday. That's good. Jamie Duncan says hi, and the goat? Yo. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Oh, what's up? So this stream, I do prompt poems. I take prompts from chat and I write poems in about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we do a read back and see what everybody thinks. I'm working on some prompts from last night's stream that we didn't get to. So right now the prompt I'm working on is super fan. I've been working on it about 3 minutes. So I hope you're having a good evening or day or afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. Telestrana, hi. Welcome, welcome. Don't worry about my name. Everything else is taken for real. Yeah. Well, I'd rather say DeGoat than Dagoat, but yeah, I suppose you're right. It's hard to get a username that's not already poached, at least a little bit. What other usernames did you try, DeGoat, before you landed on the one you have now? I am lucky enough to have my name is not taken by just about anyone ever. I don't think in the history of me being an online presence anyone's ever wanted BYG or Be Your Guard as a username. Yeah. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that's the YouTube recommendation. Just adds a bunch of numbers. You look like, I'm assuming Hagrid from Harry Potter, but hipster. Yeah. My dad looks a lot more like Hagrid, but his beard goes out in a rectangle. So if we do that, there's a little bit more Hagrid. If we just square it off a little bit, more Hagrid. But was not going to remember that, yeah. For sure. Leon Hawkins. I don't know if I know if that's a different character than Hagrid, I'm not sure. Gotcha. Stacey Vincent, hello. How are you? How are you? Good to hear. Ah, I see. Okay. I hope that was worth it, Leon. Do 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 do. Boop. Goodbye. Thank you for the engagement. Hades Gaming, I subbed. I appreciate that. Thanks, Hades Gaming. Why is that username familiar? Why is that username familiar? You've been streamed before, right, Hades Gaming? Am I having a fever dream? I might be having a fever dream. Yeah. Appreciate you, Speedy Boy. I was speedier than you that time. I appreciate the support, though, Hades Gaming. Thank you very much. What's the most views you've ever gotten? I don't know. I don't really keep track of that. I think I'd have to look on my analytics. I'm not sure. I might have to give you my Speedy title. No, I think you get to earn the Speedy title because you are very consistently the first person in chat. You're almost always the first person here when I go live. So I think you've earned that one. But what's the most views I've ever gotten? I don't know. Honestly, to go, I think on one of my shorts was like 9,000 views, like nothing viral, but I'm a super small channel, so I don't expect to go viral, but I don't really pay attention to that side of YouTube. The content that I'm making and what I'm doing is supposed to be helpful to anyone that comes across it, as far as people that my content is more focused towards people going through substance abuse issues or trying to get started on their sobriety journey. So, but I write poetry. I've had some streams do well. My stream last night, I had 25 watch hours in a matter of like 3.5 hours of stream. So I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's bad. It's good for me. It's better than the one before that. So yeah, but I don't really pay attention to that. My style of content is not really about going viral. So it's not a metric that I pay attention to very much. You are a different type of YouTube person in a good way. Most YouTubers just try and fake videos and stuff to get views. Yeah, that's not how I want to go about it. I have a lot of belief in the content that I create, and I wholeheartedly want my my sobriety journey is one of the big things that has caused my channel to grow up or blow up in the way that it has. So I started doing daily check-ins with my sober days and counting my days of sobriety, and that's when people started to pay attention to my channel, and it's what kind of started people commenting and engaging with me. And it was never my goal to do that. I started doing it because I was having a hard time keeping myself on the sober path, and I did it so I had some more accountability. It wasn't just me holding it onto myself, and realized that by being transparent and putting my sobriety journey in the public light, it was something that people were talking about, and it could be helpful to other people. And I wrote a book about my time in substance abuse, and I hope that it can help other people that are battling it that maybe don't want to pursue the traditional ways. I don't go to meetings. I'm not a religious person. I write. I do creative writing. I do poetry. I write stories. I process my emotions in that way. The book is called Rise. There's actually a link to it on my channel page if you want to check it out. It's on Amazon. Thanks, Stacy. I've been told that, and the way that I look at it is this is the internet, and there's a lot of people doing things for clout and doing things because they want to be internet famous. And I don't. I want to do this because I think that if we talk about it, it is easier to know that you're not alone when battling with substance abuse. And if my being public about my own journey and like showing the real side of what I'm going through and what I have gone through and talk about it, it opens up an avenue that is a positive one, where so many people think that it's something we shouldn't talk about, or you're a weak person if you can't handle your liquor. And that's never really sat well with me. And I thought that for a long time too. I was part of that crowd. But here's what it looks like to go. It's just a little poetry book. It's about 32 poems. I'm working on my second one. It should be out in September, maybe late August this year. And then I'm planning on publishing these prompt poems when I get enough of them together. Victorious Bookkeeping by Victoria. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. Always a pleasure. That's time. 18 minutes, 34 seconds. We did a little bit of talking, so this one we wrote it in 17 minutes and 34 seconds. This prompt is super fan. It came from Amber on the community post that I posted for prompts before yesterday's stream. Super fan for Amber. We wrote it in 17 minutes and 34 seconds. You were in the stands before tickets were on sale, supporting the writings of a freshly sober soul. Always a comment I can count on, the video rarely stale. The passion you bring to this channel, a flame born from coal. Ever cheering from the sidelines, sometimes as if from the other room. A constant good morning, and even other times, a beacon of keep going when I'm feeling doom. A die-hard consistency, you've backed me up from the beginning. Even if the world never sees me, I've got you as a fan, and that's winning. I actually like how that one came out. I'm gonna go eat, but I'll keep your stream open. Appreciate you. It does help. And let's see. The next leftover prompt. All right, we'll see you when you get back. The next leftover prompt is forgiveness. Hey, Cody, good to see you. Good to see you. Pizza Dave says, I'm heading home, so I'll be listening only as well. I appreciate you keeping it on, Pizza Dave. I'll try to be cognizant of that and be more vocal. Maybe you like the silence when you're driving. I don't know. I always realize that I haven't said anything in a while when I look up and chat has been going kind of nuts while I've been writing. But let's start this one at 21 straight up. All right, the prompt, forgiveness from Mother of Nerdlings. Some ASMR maybe. I can get the pencil sharpener. Thomas Agee, sick hair and beard, man. We're rocking the same look. Appreciate it, man. It's consistent. I like it. It works. Oh. Takes patience. Or neglect. There's a lot back here too, but highly suspect fly. I'll put that next to your other prompt here. I've got your prompt from last night's stream on the list for today, Cody. Highly suspect fly. I dedicate that song to you. Uh-oh. That's a song, huh? It sounds familiar for some reason. I've had that hair before, but never been able to grow a beard. I'm about ready to cut mine off. It's summertime and it's hot and it's getting to be annoying. So, in the wintertime it's nice, but during this time of year, usually about July, I'll usually start over. Maybe not all the way off. Never really wanted to for some reason. I can't imagine why. It's great. It's great. It's a napkin. It's a food saver. Keeps things off your face. Stacey Vincent says, "Are you traveling?" No, my accommodations here are my year-round workplace residence. So I work away from home. I live in Fairbanks, Alaska, and I work out of Denali National Park, right outside of Healy, Alaska. So it's like a 165 mile, 175 mile commute. So I drive down in the beginning of the week, and usually, unless I have mechanical failures, I stay down here most of the week. And I have a travel trailer that is in the man camp for the railroad where I work. So this is my accommodation. It's a 13-foot little scamp or casita travel trailer. But this is for privacy because my next door neighbor is literally, I could reach my arm out the window and touch his camper. And same on the other side. So I just got tired. My curtains kept tearing and like fading in the sun. They were very old when I bought the camper. So I just ripped them out and just went outside and spray painted the outside of the windows to make it simple. And I figure if I ever need the windows again, I can just razor blade them. But my camper has sat in this exact parking spot for like 3 years, and I don't intend on it ever going anywhere else until I sell it. So that's why it looks like I'm writing poetry out of a janky van. These are the black market poets. Oh. It's kind of an ominous story, Cody. It says a lot about me. I'm one token glad the dog was okay. Sounds like the dog was okay. I want to know if the dog was okay. But No signs of Damon. Yeah, it happened a lot up here. If you tape wax paper over a window, it gives a cool frozen look and lets in tons of light and gives privacy. Huh, it's good to know. It makes sense. It's like frosted appearance. Yeah, it does make sense. Ricky Pierce. I'll say it, but tell me if it's a quote from something first, Ricky. Who am I imitating? Or is there a Connor out there with you? I lived in a hotel for a while and the curtains never closed right. Yeah, I imagine you'd have to get creative with privacy options then. To Goat is back. What did Yoda say when he saw himself in 4K? I don't know, Rain. The algorithm must be. That has no right to be that funny. All right, you win. Hey, Trevor, how's it going? Let's see. So Ricky says there is a Connor sitting with him. So if I say hi, Connor, that I've fulfilled my obligation. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you for the comments. I can always tell when the algorithm is like pushing my stuff because there'll be like 5 or 6 names that I don't recognize that all hit chat at the same time. Welcome, welcome. That is the most clever joke I've ever seen. Yeah, it has no right to be as funny as it is. Thank you for that one, Rain. How's your night going, Trevor? Hopefully it's peaceful. I'm always worried, these cascading jokes. I fell out of my chair. What did Yoda ride when he was a kid? The Mandalorian? I don't know. I don't know what Baby Yoda rode. I feel like this is... Jay Hurst says, my friend Paul is saying it. Well, that's sad, Jay. Uh-oh. Time for a new chair to go. Oh, man. Yeah, that would suck. It's starting to storm here. The wind is starting to shake my camper. So we're probably going to get dumped on tonight. Where are you at? I'm from Manchester in the UK. I live in Alaska, Jay Hurst. I'm right outside of Denali National Park. Hey, Jill. Good to see you. Good to see you. Ready for some poetry. Can't count how many times I've hit my head falling. That's not good, to Goat. I would just sit on the floor if I kept falling out of my chair. It's kind of spooky. Rain, in Star Wars, why did episodes 4, 5, and 6 come out before 1, 2, and 3? Bad story writing? I don't know. I know there's a punchline here. Hi, Suzanne. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. A million miles away from the rat race of the city. I wish. I still live in the city. I just work down here. Are you originally from Fairbanks? Grow up there? I was born in Fairbanks. I grew up in Delta Junction for a little while, and then we moved to Seward, and I grew up and graduated from Seward. Moved back to Delta, moved to Fairbanks, moved to Anchorage, moved to Seward, moved to Esther, moved back to Fairbanks, and now I'm there again. So technically, depending on how far back you go with originally, yes, I was born in Fairbanks. Because Lucas didn't think he would get to make them all. That actually sounds realistic. I would believe that. I don't know. My favorite Star Wars movie is the one with Darth Maul, and it's just because of Darth Maul. That's it. Speedy Boy says, I'll be right back. Give me about 20 minutes. I collect dead for the coroner's office. Yeah. I work for the railroad. I'm a low-voltage electrician. Oh man, I've been getting distracted talking. I am 10 minutes into this poem and I've written 3 lines. We're running behind schedule. All right. Hannah the Strain says, what's up, Alaska? I didn't even know you did lives. Yeah, I've started a few weeks ago. I'm trying to do 3 live streams a week. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays at 9 p.m. EST. Do prompt poems. So I take prompts from chat and write short 10, 15-minute poems, and then do a read back and see what everybody thinks before we move on to the next prompt. I get distracted chatting, and the poems can take up to 20, 25 minutes, but usually for good reason. We're having good conversation. I don't work for the railroad, but I'm often called to the tracks. Yep, it's the unfortunate truth about railroads. Oh, that's a cool job to go. I was a meat packer for one fall when I was a teenager. Not the actual guide, basically the kid that carried stuff. The 2 things I don't work on in my house: electrical and plumbing. Electrical is scary. Electrical and plumbing are the same thing, actually. If you think about the way water works in a system, it's the same way that electricity works. Instead of valves, you have fuses and breakers, and you can just shut it off, trace it out. It's just like piping. It's actually a lot more similar than people will think originally. But I don't work on that kind of electrical. So I'm low voltage. I work on everything that's 12 volt systems and lower. I do work with AC. I was actually working with high voltage today, but not traditionally. When we have a malfunction or something breaks, I do have to put on that hat. But yeah. God says, yo. Welcome to the stream. There's proof, everybody. It's right there. Let's see. Hey, Marissa. Happy Tuesday to you, too. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you've been having a good evening. What is your passion or you want to be in life? Just checking in. Writing poetry, writing stories. It is a thing that I have a great passion for, my friend. If I could make my living and support my loved ones by writing, I would do it. Jerry told me today in podcast that I'm a good fisherman. Let's see. Well, it must be true. I'm into film. Are you good at script writing? I have not done very much script writing. Script writing is very difficult for me. I don't have a visual brain. I don't see... I don't know. I don't see things when I write. So like describing the scene, I have to write it in words, like all laid out. It's a wonderful evening. What prompt are you working on? I'm working on Forgiveness from Mother of Nerdlings from yesterday's stream. How many lives does it take me to join to get mod? I'm not currently adding any more mods, at least for the time being. I've got 2 that show up. Speedy Boy is usually here first thing, and then Bungie shows up at some point, usually towards the latter half of stream. But yeah, there's not a, I don't have a threshold or anything. But if you consistently show up and don't be a pain, then it's not hard. I was in a strange spot. I don't know how many streams ago that was, Speedy, but maybe you do. Spreading awareness. Yeah, it's a pretty traumatic thing to be the train driver for that, Jay Hurst. I mean, I've been on the cleanup crew on the railroad side for 2, and it's not a, I don't know, it's a strange thing, but they do get a lot of admin leave, and I've seen 2 conductors that take retirement over it, because it's every situation different, I'm sure, but I'm sure that impacts everybody differently. time. Oof, man, 41:17. This one was a 20-minute poem. Do you enjoy riding on trains? I've actually only ridden on a passenger train a couple of times. I've ridden on a baggage car a couple of times, but for my work, my work truck has rail gear, so I just drive myself down the tracks. This is Forgiveness, a prompt from Mother of Nerdling, and I wrote it in 20 minutes. 20 minutes and 17 seconds. This weight would drag me under, if not for your hands held out, but would giving it away tear me asunder. What's supposed to be relief fills me with doubt. What you did to me, I'm just supposed to forget, to look you in the face and just let it be? No, I carry this weight heavier yet, until the day when you have earned the right to be bestowed its title. I'll grasp at it till all my muscles have burned, cradling forgiveness within my pyre. Yeah. I like how that one came out. I would probably add another stanza to that one if I went back and did editing. Thank you. This one is I think, let's move. We did that one. We did the Godzilla poem. So we've got, this one is Carbonation on Your Tongue from Irene. Johnson, and let's start this one at 43:45. I was trying to fix it. Well, I hope that it works out. Sounds like it might be a lost cause if you keep falling out of it, the goat. But good luck. You asked me that once already, buddy. I don't know if you heard me answer and didn't like it, so you asked again, but there's not a number. Best train ride I experienced was an overnight train on the way to Amsterdam. Best sleep I've ever experienced. Oh, I bet the rocking is very similar to being on a boat. So that was some of the best time falling asleep for me. Something about the motion just happening is very soothing. Okay, carbonation on your tongue. What are we gonna do with this? Gotcha. Oh, I'm writing with a pen tonight, so I have denied all of you the usual in-between poems ASMR. So this one's for you, Pizza Dave. I know you're driving and just listening, so here's a little bit of that. There we go. I know I'm writing with a pen, but we can still do the pencil ASMR. Beryl White says, good evening, glad to see you and running around. I'm so sorry that I've not been catching you in your lawn live. I have a terrible time doing that. I just never can get on here to support. You don't have anything to apologize for, Beryl. You're doing absolutely amazing, and thank you for everything that you do on the channel. Your kind words are like a newfound consistency both on lives and on the comments. So that you don't have to apologize ever. Please, I appreciate you when you can show up. Hey Bree, good to see you, good to see you. You did catch another live. ASMR too? Yeah, usually when I write my poems with a pencil, in between poems, I'll do the up close to the mic ASMR with the sharpening. But when I write with a pen, we are denied that privilege. Coach, does you play any video games? Very intermittently. Like I have an Xbox 3, well, no, an Xbox One now, sitting here in my camper for in the winter time when it's really cold. But when I'm home, I don't really have any time for that. I play a lot of Magic. Magic is the game that takes up the majority of my life. I play it online. I play it in paper. I travel to tournaments to play it. Like Helldivers is one that I picked up for my friends, but I've played that very criminally low. I bought it for a buddy to play with him, and then when I jumped on to play with him, I was level 8 and he was level like 55. So, not really, no. I do play them when I can, but it's just I have other priorities. Like writing and working on the channel. This has become something that I very much enjoy and is kind of eaten into my hobby time, both with the writing and the editing and making videos, and moving my poetry to a video form has been a lot of fun for me. But actually, like filming and going out and doing the filming has been something that I've struggled with a little bit. Because not just any footage goes with just any poem. That's been something that I've had a hard time with. I do tree magic. There goes the train. You guys might hear it. Oh, yeah. They're coming to a stop to pick up passengers, it sounds like. So they're gonna be like right kitty corner, 90 degrees down from me. How old are you, if you don't mind being asked? I don't mind being asked. I'll be 31 this year. Oh. Thanks, Dakota. I talk to trees, and yes, they do talk back. Like, I'm trying to think. The show Vikings. I don't remember the guy's name. It might even be Loki, but it might not be. The one he builds boats out of the trees. He says he can talk to trees too. Makes me want to buy school supplies. I would send you a bouquet of newly sharpened pencils if I knew your name and address. On the other hand, this not knowing has its charms. From You've Got Mail. Floki. There we go. Thank you, Bree. I was close. I just went for the mainstream name. That's that Tom Hanks and oh man, who is I can see her face, but I can't remember her name. From You've Got Mail. What a strange movie. Meg Ryan, there we go. Hey, Irene. You're just in time. I'm working on carbonation on your tongue right now. Maybe noise warning? I don't know how loud these ones are. Okay. Hold. Not sponsored, but is delicious. You should try. It's much better than the Spindrift pink lemonades. Those other ones are bleh. Their waters are good. You would make a good ad guy. What is that drink? I've never seen that in Texas. So it's called Spindrift. It's a brand of sparkling water. You can get it at Costco or anywhere that sells like Kirkland products. Hey, Trey. I think Safeway or Kroger, I don't know, whoever it is now, also carries the Spindrift. Good to see you again, Trey. My favorite live stream. I am humbled. Thank you very much. Same, brother. Man, appreciate it. Dang, I was second person in here. Now there's 14. I think you were third that chatted. I think Speedy Boy and Pizza Dave were the first two, and people have been popping in and out. It fluctuates a lot. I'm glad you made it home, Pizza Dave. Thank you for letting me know. John's live streams have been getting more audience. I appreciate you guys. I mean, it's you doing it. I appreciate it a lot. I had a lot of fun last night when we did that stream. I really regretted missing last week's, but looking forward to pushing forward and making them a consistent thing. I enjoy how chill the chat is. Yeah. Bree says, sorry I'm here, but I'm not because I'm trying to get my kid to bed and my husband something to eat. You have nothing to apologize for, Bree. I will never, I'm not going to be, hey, you need to chat more, Bree. Why are you living your real life? You have nothing to apologize for, seriously. Thank you for being here. Thank you for putting me on. I am perfectly happy being a background audience member of your life. I appreciate that, Cody. Thank you. This will not be that day, Neon Rips. You can just skip to the end. I hope you know I'm teasing. But thank you for the comment. I like the engagement. How are you? I'm doing good, Neon Rips. Thank you. I hope that you're having a good night too. I appreciate you checking, Irene. How'd your game go? Hopefully you were victorious. Time 59. 20, I'll call it 25. All right, this is 16 minutes. This is Carbonation on Your Tongue for Irene, and I wrote it in 15 minutes and 40 seconds. Now, there's a little bit of a backstory to this poem for me. So when I first quit drinking beer, I started buying every kind of seltzer water I could find to have in my house. So I had a variety of different drinks in my fridge that were still cans and still would satisfy the muscle memory of what I used to do when I would get home from work. I would walk into the house, open the fridge, crack a beer before I even took my boots off, before I took anything out of my pocket. My first stop when I got home, through my front door, into the kitchen, open the back door for the dogs, open the fridge, grab a beer, out onto the porch to drink it while the dogs ran around. That was my muscle memory when I got home. That's what I did. So when I quit drinking and I poured all the beer out of my house, I bought all these seltzer waters, and you still get a lot of the same sensations. You can kind of trick yourself. I was able to trick myself with my muscle memory a little bit. And that's where my influence for this poem comes, with the prompt Carbonation on Your Tongue. So this is Carbonation on Your Tongue for Irene, written in 15 minutes and 40 seconds. The crack echoes through my kitchen, taste buds lining up for the expected hoppy potion, hoping to wash the day down, my mind enrichen. However, the bubbles never settle, always in motion, popping and cascading against my teeth. This isn't a beer at all, a spinning, drifting lie. And even swallowed down, I feel bubbles underneath, erupting out of me. How can it taste dry? I used to lust for these sensations, to numb away my troubles. Now there's a new soothing in these watery creations, happy to trade the frothy hops for ordinary bubbles. I really like that one. Thank you for the prompt, Irene. that one. Okay. We're on to... I don't know if this was a real prompt from you, Cody, but I have mother-in-laws written down from yesterday's stream. There's nothing better than watching someone good at a thing do the thing. I appreciate you, Trey. Thank you very much for that. Maybe at some point in life I'll be able to watch you mechanic something, because I am not very good at that. I am still taking more prompts. I'm actually just finishing the prompts from last stream that we didn't get to. So I have a fresh index card for tonight's prompt stream, and it's totally blank. So this will be, as soon as I finish mother-in-laws, that'll be the last one from last night. So hit me with any prompts you've got. I wish I had a way to shortcut that so I could put it in chat, because I always forget when I'm streaming at home. I have the ticker that goes across the screen, and when I'm streaming from my phone, I don't. Bro, show the index card drawings. Oh no, these are deep from the BYG lore. Let's see. We've got, let me get this lawn ornament out of the way. So before, when I was waiting for prompts to come in, I was ill prepared and I didn't have prompts like prepped to start stream. So I would just do little doodles while I waited for people to give me prompts. So there's a little man fishing with a shark. Let's see. Have a good night, Dagoat. I will stream, I'll be live again Thursday at 9 p.m. EST. Well, two of those are legs. He's sitting. You'll just have to trust me. And then, I don't know what this is. There's a volcano and somebody with an atom symbol looking at something that they're holding. Like, I don't know what's going on in this picture. But. Oh, this is the one where Santa is a monster. This is Santa cracking the whip at the little elves who are putting the presents on the conveyor belt. All right. And then we've got some others. We've got 3 more lined up for after this next poem, but I'm going to do mother-in-laws as a prompt. I will be there maybe. I think I have something going on then, but I try and be there. Hey, I appreciate it. You have a great night as well. Thank you for hanging out. Mother-in-law. Okay, while you're here, while I've got you chatting, Cody, was mother-in-law's a real prompt? Like, was that an actual prompt, or was that just something that I stole out of conversation? I've already written it down, so I'm going to write a poem about it, but I was just curious. Let's see, 65, 40. I appreciate you hanging out, Dago. Thank you. Ah, the sweet sound of musing. Sorry, I'm back and paying attention now. Appreciate you, Bree. I hope that food was given and little ones were put to bed and no kicks were shed and everything went smoothly. I can't imagine a world where that happens, but I cross my fingers for you. What's your favorite poem you have ever wrote? Shit, that's a hard question. It's probably... the title of it is Serenity. It's framed in a picture frame in the bedroom of my house with a bunch of pictures of me and my partner around it. It's the centerpiece of a big frame of us. So. That and Day One. I think Day One is among one of my favorite poems. She had a softball game today, so she passed out as soon as her head hit the pillow. Then I went and got my husband Taco Bell. So yes, my goals have been achieved. Awesome. Mission success. Mally says, you look like a nice guy. I'm a sub. I appreciate you. Thank you. The kick life is for real sometimes. Yeah, that's how I was. I wasn't going to sleep without a fight. Ever. Nothing but kicks. I know these aren't kicks, but I'm not going to pick my feet up. You get it. You get the idea. Here we are. time? 73:30. So 7 minutes and 50 seconds for this one. Something is wrong with my phone. I hear you talk, and then like 1 minute later, I see your head come up from writing. It might be a little bit of a lag on my end too. When the weather is bad, my connection sometimes struggles. I get some dropped frames. Your smile is so sweet. It's been a while since I've seen a good person go on live and not begging for likes or subs. Yep, that's not me. There are some weird people on YouTube Live. I'm sure it's the internet. Any streaming platform is going to have people doing outrageous things just to get that wow factor. But waking up into an alternate universe. All right. That's a good prompt. Waking up into an alternate universe. For Marissa. Okay. The ending of this one is a little bit, what's the word? Abstract. So I know it's not the intention of the conversation where the mother-in-law things came up, but it's my experience and my take on it. So this is mother-in-law's. I have it written down as a prompt for Cody. We wrote this one in 7 minutes and 50 seconds. They say we can't choose our parents, right? Maybe by blood that's true. But never a day passes I'm not thankful for the light brought into this world by you. We might not see eye to eye or even care to speak when we're apart, but we share a love for what we both call my. Because of that, maybe we see heart to heart. In-laws get a lot of grief, some deserved, I'm sure, but I've always felt relief. Truly the most transparent choice, and intentions pure. What are you saying to me, Irene? What if the IRS calls you in reference to foreign accounts in Venezuela? Okay. If that ever happens, I will remember this exact moment, hopefully. I'll know what to say. All right, waking up in an alternate universe is the next prompt. Thank you. I hope that one landed. I liked it. I've had pretty healthy experiences with my to-be in-laws, and on most occasions, well, actually most relationships, I think my other half's partners have all, or other half's parents have always really enjoyed me. A couple that didn't like me, but that was just a baseline. Let's see, 77:25. Waking up into an alternate universe for Marissa. We'll start this one now. Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, that was an interesting take that chat went on. Oh right, I was going to show more of these index drawings in between poems. Let's see. We've got if Solus shows up, maybe he can chime in on this. But we have Solus Druid here doing a rock show. Oh no. There's a bunch of people dancing. Or maybe that's Solus Druid that's out there dancing. Maybe he's the one holding a wand and this is somebody else singing. I don't remember the context. And then it got a little crazy. There was a rock band up on stage. And then there's a mosh pit. This is a mosh pit. You'll just have to trust me. It's not cookie cutter, all in the right shape. This is definitely a mosh pit. No, the mosh pit was a separate one. So we've got the regular party, and then the mosh pit. It was two different drawings. And then somebody wanted to bring a bunch of cats to the concert. So there's still the singer, and then there's somebody brought their cat. This is a cat. I swear that's a cat. And this person's holding a sign to tell you that this is a cat because it's a cat. Trust me. Let's see. This one is a sticker idea. I was practicing doing stupid flames. There's a potential sticker of me holding up an ink quill like the Vault-Tec. Sure, okay, all right. There's two drawings. I'm not fibbing. I'm not telling no lies. I think it was just me, Rachel Williams. Good night, Alaska. Thank you for sharing. Have a good night, Amethyst Rain. Good to see you. Hope you have a good rest of your evening. A couple of months ago, I got hacked on TikTok. I had two people that I talked to a lot and watched their lives a ton, and then when I got hacked, I came to YouTube. You're the only person I found that will talk to me and answer my questions. Oh, I try my best to talk to everybody. Unless I can look at somebody's comment and tell that it's just there to be a troll, I usually don't engage with those. But I try to have conversations. I think there's a lot of people on the internet that are trying really hard to be other people or be something that they're not, and I'm not trying to do that, so I'm more than happy to have a conversation with you. I will, check you if you spam my chat or are doing something I don't want you to do. I'll just tell you. Like, I think that makes sense. My wife just said cats don't fart. Personal experience, I doubt. I do not believe that. Stacy says, good night, John the Poet. I subbed, so I'll be back again. I appreciate you, Stacy. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the support. I'll see you again on Thursday. Or whenever you make it back. Thank you very much. Yeah, no, dogs definitely fart. I have a pit bull. That just happens. That's a side effect of owning a pit bull. You get gas bombed. What's it called? Not gas bomb. Crop dusted. He'll just walk by and just as he takes steps. It's like, what are you doing? Like, go away. It's not even because he has to go outside. He will have just gone out and done the things that are supposed to happen to make that not an issue, and then he'll come in and just continue to rip ass. Same with the Doberman. Oh, I bet. Love that doodle. Palm tree on an island and a volcano. I think you have a vacation on your mind. Oh, I'm not taking one this year, which is, I took a very long one last summer, so I'm trying to stack up my paid time off so I don't run out. Oh, my pitties are horrid. I've literally left my house because it's been so bad. Yeah, that's how Aegis is too. He will definitely clean you out of the room. I have a Pitbull Mountain Cur mix. He's nasty, especially in the middle of the night. Yeah, under the blanket where he has to be because he shivers, Aegis will sit on the bed and paw at your blanket line to get like, hey, open up. I want to get under there. And then he'll get under there, get all comfy, and then you just, it's like, all right, dude, why are you doing this to me? Is your pit bull trained? I do not allow my pit bull around very small children without me there because he has never been exposed to very small children and I don't want him to run them over. But I don't think he's gonna like eat them. Like he's not like the YouTube videos of trained dogs. He's not a defense dog or anything like that. But yeah, he's a reasonably well-behaved dog. He's not very well socialized. Because of my lifestyle, when he was a puppy, he spent a lot of time alone. I worked 12-hour shifts, and he was just kind of by himself. And for the first 4 months I had him, he had a broken leg. So I brought him home, and 3 days after I brought him home, he fell down the stairs of my dry cabin, and he broke his leg at the elbow. So he spent the first 4 months of his life in a cast and had 2 surgeries. So for his first 4 months of being with me, I had to like support his front end while we went outside and like did potties and stuff. So when I was home, but I didn't have anybody to kind of take care of him while I was at work. So he was very unsocialized for a big chunk of his formative time. I'm kind of scared of pit bulls because my friend had one and my friend got 32 stitches in his arm. I mean, every dog will have that potential. I know what you mean, he got bit. Pit bulls actually perform really well on the mannerisms and behavior tests that they do to see how aggressive a dog is. Like, I think labs actually score worse. Like, you're more likely to get bit by a lab. But the nature of people that choose to get pit bulls and then do not take care of them or do not train them correctly and just want them to be mean dogs are much higher because they have that reputation. Yeah, like it's 100% owner dependent. Like I have met Rottweilers and pit bulls, and I haven't actually ever interacted with a Doberman, but like Rotties, pit bulls, and then whatever the like bull mastiffs, the big ass like guard dog dogs that are just awesome. They're big lovable teddy bear dogs, but I've also been absolutely mauled by a border collie before. So chows and Dalmatians are more likely to bite. I miss my chow. I had a brother sister that were chow Akita mixes. I have a pit bull German Shepherd mix, friendly and a lover. Damn, German Shepherds are one of the dog breeds that I am leery of just on reputation. I've been exposed to exactly 2 of them in my life, and both of them have been bad interactions for me. But my neighbor's Shepherd is pretty intimidating. Yeah. 2 pits that are amazing with small kids and small animals. Yeah. The one that I had before Aegis, he was very good with kids because he was exposed to them from the time he was a pup. I mean, he was around them all the time. Chow Akita, yeah, they were cool. I had a brother sister pair, and their names were Bonnie and Clyde. But they got a pretty rough go at life. We don't, like when I was living off grid, and I didn't know what tularemia was. I don't know if somebody in chat can link it or fill it in, but it's a disease or a parasite or a disease that's in rabbits. specifically in their organs. And I used to eat rabbit a lot when I lived off grid, and I had these pups. They were like 9 months old, 10 months old, and they would go with me. They got pretty good at chasing rabbits. And I didn't realize they could get sick from eating like the leftover, the stuff that I didn't eat. So I would feed it to them, and I ended up getting them tularemia. And tularemia, by the time you detect it, they're already dead. They overheat. The dog just overheats from the inside out. It makes their internal thermostat like stop functioning, and they just overheat, and their body gives out. So it was a very traumatic learning experience, and it just sucks. Like it. Now I'm very conscious. I don't eat rabbit. I will never feed rabbit to a dog, like without knowing and without checking. Like it was a very, very big thing. Like it kind of screwed me up for a long time. Mr. Aegis from Secretive Nim. No, so Aegis, like Odin's shield. It means protector, like this. It's a leather-bound covering protector. It's like a leather-bound shield. When I first got him, I thought he was going to be my defense dog, so that was his name. Yeah, it was my fault, entirely my fault. But I didn't know it existed. I did not know it was a thing that I needed to be worried about. The same thing happened in, not the same disease, tularemia, but vets in Alaska don't check for heartworms. Like we don't get heartworms up here, so you have to request that they check for it. And my last pit bull I had before Aegis, he was shipped up. My ex ordered him from out of state, and he flew up on a plane as a puppy. I mean, as a very tiny. I don't even think he was 8 weeks old, honestly, but he flew up and never had him checked for heartworms, and he ended up having heartworms that, again, didn't even know that was a thing. Like, our vets up here don't check for that shit. And by the time that was detected, he was having seizures, and they were into his nervous system, and it was just sucked. It was a big shitty thing. But now we check. Now we know. And it's sucky. All right, sorry. I've been very distracted, Marissa. I'm very sorry this poem is taking so long. Waking up in an alternate universe. I'm one stanza in. We've been working on this for 14 minutes. Oh, man. Yeah, I had a very rough patch for a big chunk of my life. Like Bonnie and Clyde, and then Poseidon. That was the second pity. Then I had a husky that my ex rehomed while I was not around. And I found out like 2 years after that he was okay. And I saw, funny story, I saw my dog, what was my dog 2 years previously in somebody's truck in the Walmart parking lot while I was at home. And I stood in front of their truck and I waited. I mean, I just waited to see who they were, and I talked to them. They're a super nice couple, and they had another dog in the truck. And I asked about, his name was Loki. I asked about him, and I asked where they got him, and just like super oddball. Like, hey, out of the blue, I just have a quick question for you. Like, oh yeah, I just wanted to let you know. Like, I just wanted to kind of talk about what happened. And they got fed some other story about the dog, and yeah. But it was cool to see that he was living an amazing life and had another dog friend, and like ultimately a happy ending for the situation. But and then Aegis was the next one, and I've had him He'll be 8 this year, so. My last dog I named Isis after the Greek goddess turned out to not be the best name choice. Oh. Yeah. That's like the cartoon show Archer. They stopped using that name too. The worst thing that's ever happened to me was my grandfather passed away the same day as one of the dogs I used to have. It scared me to this day. Sorry for that loss. That's a double whammy to go. That's gotta be hard. The wind is picking up. Shreese Thompson, hey from the UK. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hello back from Alaska. Thank you for stopping by. Sorry, I spelled that wrong. That's perfectly okay. I knew what you meant. time 98 60 colon. Oh. Okay, this is Waking Up into an Alternate Universe for Marissa. We wrote this one in another 21-minute poem. I'm sorry, I've been distracted talking quite a bit this stream. Oh. Looking down at the sky with eyes wide shut, waking up above the moon, floating in puddles so high. Oh, I'm sorry, I wrote the wrong word. Oh shit. Alright, I'm sorry. I wrote the same line twice. Give me just a moment. One of the problems with writing in pen. Okay. Waking Up into an Alternate Universe for Marissa. We wrote this one in 20 minutes, 20-ish minutes. Looking down at the sky with eyes wide shut, waking up above the moon, floating in puddles so high, drifting down within this lover's swoon. If home were but this whimsical, maybe I wouldn't dream of cities below sunset. This world warms my being, thawing icicles, wishing I might stay here long enough to forget the things of home that make me homesick, cast aside the rules of space and time. Here is an existence above mortar and brick, where waking up begins with a rhyme. Yeah, okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Good old ADHD mode. Yeah, reading the same line over and over again. Oh my god. That quickest way to make me put a book down is when I get frustrated because I've read the same thing 6 times. But I like how that one came out. Oh, and I think we're close enough. Thank you, Marissa. Glad that you liked it. I think we're close enough to 7 p.m. for me that I'm going to start doing wrap-ups. If you like what I do, I love your poems. They always give me the most vivid mental images. Thank you, Bree. I appreciate your kind words. Those in chat, if this is your first time here and you like what I do and you want to check out more of it, I have a book published. It's posted on my page. There's a link to the Discord also on my channel page if you want to join the Sober Poet Society. We have a bunch of different channels in there. You can talk about yourself, do poetry workshops, sobriety advice, any and all things there. And if you like what's going on here, I'll be back Thursday at 9 p.m. EST. I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your evening. Take care. I missed the button. There we go.